Today I got my 2025 Home Depot Scarred Chucky prop, and I decided I wanted to make a video showcasing and kind of just comparing it with the original 2024 Chucky prop, because honestly they're both really cool, but I mean they're very different. It's kind of crazy. So, um, first off, I'm gonna do a quick one line demo of each. I'll put full demos at the end, but I'm going to do a quick demo of each, and yeah, that'll be that.
Sit back and learn from the master. I have had it! That's it! There is a limit to how much I can take!
So after seeing that, you can kind of just see what they do. And the first one I'm going to show off is the 2024 Classic Chucky variant. He is a very neat prop. I got him, I think, a few months ago. I didn't get him when he came out, but yeah, I got him off eBay or Mercari, I think, a couple months ago. And yeah, he's a pretty neat prop. Overall, his movements are nice. His color scheme and design is okay. It's just, as a lot of other people have said, he kind of just isn't the most accurate out there. Like, just as an example, his face. As you can see, I mean, it's not bad. It's very, very clearly Chucky, but at the same time, it's definitely a bit more off. It just doesn't look quite right. It's kind of like, I mean, it's obviously supposed to be a classic Chucky, but where did he look like this? He looks a little strange. Plus, he has those weird cheek movements, and I really don't know who thought that was a good idea because it doesn't look good. I think it would have been neat on paper, like it's a cool concept, but they just didn't execute it right or something because it looks kind of weird. His knife, as you can see, I don't know if this is a common issue, but the one I have is like, I don't know if it is bent or if it was warped straight out of the box. This is how it was when I got it, but like I said, I bought it used, so if that's a common issue, that's not good. His hair, also going back to his head, I want to just, talk about this for a second. His hair really annoys me because, one, it's just, I feel like it's a bit the wrong style, but at the same time, that's not too big of an issue. But what is a big issue is the fact that it goes in his face, like, a lot. This side is never too awful, but his part over here, it falls in front of his face, and you can't see his animation, which is kind of annoying. And one final thing about his head, I got kind of lucky with mine, but I've seen a lot of people say that theirs have a defect with the eyelids. As you can see, mine are fine, but I've seen a lot of people say and show that theirs are like squinting all the time, and not like this. This is pretty open. They're practically closed a lot of the time, which isn't a good thing. And I don't just mean like during the animation, of course. I mean just naturally in his off position, he has like closed eyes, which he shouldn't. And, that would be kind of annoying if his had that. So, yeah, I don't have that issue personally, but I've seen a lot with that. Otherwise, his face isn't horrible. Like I said, the sculpt's kind of weird. The paint's okay. I think his eyebrows look kind of strange. They just don't look right. But like I said, it's overall just kind of a strange sculpt, but it gets the point across. I mean, it's very clearly Chucky, so can't say too much. One last thing I will note, I haven't been paying much attention, so I don't know if other people have had this issue, but one of his eye servos, I've got it working again, but occasionally it just stops working. Specifically, it's this eye going up and down. It just stops doing that sometimes, and I don't know why. I have not had that happen with him yet, so like I said, I'm not sure if that's a common thing or if that's just mine, but that's something to look out for. When it comes to his outfit, it's fine. I mean, it's about what you'd expect for a prop outfit. It's pretty thin fabric. The straps Velcro on, but I haven't seen anyone else talk about this. But one thing I really hate about his outfit is the fact that the buttons are on the front of these straps. I don't remember. Maybe they were like that in the movie, but I feel like that's just kind of strange because if they were actual, overalls, the strap would. Well, I don't know. It looks really strange because the buttons sewn onto the strap instead. I don't know. Maybe that's something that only bothers me. I really am not sure, but yeah. Otherwise, it's okay, I guess. The pattern isn't perfect, but it looks close enough to his outfit. The collar around his neck, it's a little too large, I'd say, a little too thick or long or whatever, but it's all right. He does. I know they do this on props a lot, but I don't know why they did it on him. He has these little like spots all over him. Like I'm talking about like this stuff. I don't know what that's supposed to represent. I don't know if that's supposed to represent blood or something, but it doesn't really make sense with this guy, and that just looks stupid because, I mean, they're too clear, like they're too faint. So I don't know. That's kind of just a weird design choice, I think. I don't know why they did that on this very clean looking Chucky. So maybe that, once again, maybe that's just me, but I find it kind of odd. And then his shoes, they're fine. It's whatever. They're pretty basic. They don't have anything good guy related on them, but they're fine. It's whatever. I don't have much to say about them, but yeah, overall, there he is. Here's an up close demo.
As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it.
Like I said, pretty decent animation. It's not the best out there, but I mean, for a retail prop, it's pretty good. I like it. I think it looks nice. As you can see, his hair is already starting to fall on his face, like I said, which blocks out like this entire half, but it is what it is. You can see his little grin he does, which is really weird, but otherwise, I mean, he's fine. He's pretty much what you could expect from a Home Depot servo prop, which isn't a bad thing, so I like him. I think he's definitely better than what they've released this year so far, so anyways, on to Scarred Chucky. Scarred Chucky looks a lot cooler than the other one, and that's not really biased because honestly, I like the original Chucky design more than Scarred Chucky, but this prop just looks a lot better, genuinely. I mean, it really does. The head sculpt, for one, it's so much better. It looks so much better than the old one. It's unbelievable, and it's painted a lot better too. I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, look at the eyebrows, for example. They look a lot better, and the mouth, the nose, all of it is just, it's a way better sculpt, and honestly, I think they should have done something more close to this on the original, because, like I said, it's clear that that's Classic Chucky, but he doesn't look like Classic Chucky that much. This looks like Scarred Chucky. This is good. His hair is also a lot better. It's styled correctly, and honestly just looks very cool, and it actually stays in place, which is nice. So yeah, he looks awesome though. One kind of strange thing I noticed on him is that his eyes are two different sizes, but I might be wrong, and if I am, feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure they're like that in the movies. I think. At least in Bride and Seed, but like, I don't know. If they are, then that's a pretty cool detail to get right. So they also look kind of more bloodshot, which is nice. They didn't do that with him. And you will notice mine has some damage on the face, but that's just mine. That's not an issue with all these. So, like I said, very good sculpt, pretty nice paint job. Overall, the head is just really cool. I did also notice, and I'm not gonna like showcase this because I don't want to strain the eye motors, but his eyes, they are both connected. So they like, when they look side to side, they both do. They can't look side to side on their own. This one, on the other, it must be driven by individual servos on each eye because you can move each one however you want it. So like, you can make him cross-eyed if you wanted to. You can't do that with this one. So I don't know if that's just them saving servos or if that's them doing a different, like, higher quality design. I don't know, but yeah, I found that out, and I think that's neat. So, anyways, on to his outfit. This one is way better than the other one. I kind of was shocked by it. As you can see, his collar still definitely too long, but at least they got some damage and stuff on there, so that's on par with the character. And otherwise, the withering on him, it looks really nice, and I mean it's like legitimate. I didn't expect it to be like it was, but yeah, this is like real sewn on, or yeah, I mean it's sewed on like yarn and stuff to try to represent the clothes being all worn out and sewn back together and stuff from Tiffany. So that's cool. That's a detail I didn't think they would actually have. I thought it was just going to be printed on, but no, it looks very nice. I mean, this is two different pieces. Like, you can, if you took this out, it would be like in half. I mean, it's really nice. Same with the arm. The arm up there looks really cool. The collars, the pattern, I guess, on the shirt, it's still a little off. It's basically the same as this one. And if you look close enough, I mean, it has those spots still, but those actually fit with this character a lot more than with the classic Chucky. So those I'm not as angry about. But yeah, overall, the costume, it looks a lot better, honestly. It's also a lot darker, which is really good because his overalls are very, like, oddly bright, and it doesn't look right. His are a lot darker, and it does look right. His hand is sculpted a lot better. I mean, it has the scars and stuff on it. And then his other hand, I mean, it's nice. It's about the same level as that one, I'd say. It's pretty much fine. This one, though, it does have a LED in the knife. I'm not sure why. The Chucky franchise is one of my favorite ones, but after watching all the movies and the TV show and stuff, I don't remember if he had a glow-in-the-dark knife. I genuinely don't know, but yeah, this one has an LED, so it lights up red. So, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. It's not something I'm really angry at, so I think it's fine. I'm trying to think on the outfit overall. I mean, like I said, it's just better. It's also better quality, like, thickness-wise. I think it's double layered. It has both this outer layer of fabric, and then it has another, like, black layer under it, which you can kind of see there, and it's just a lot better than this one, really. They also got the overalls different, the buttons, which was kind of a gripe I had over there. So it's supposed to look like the buttons are on the strap going through to this, which is correct. So yeah, I'm happy about that. His shoes are also a little different. I think the sculpt might be the same, maybe, but I don't know, it might be a little altered. I'm not sure. They're basically the same, though, except they have a lot less gloss, and they have some different little, like, dirt spots and stuff. So, cosmetically, he's just a lot better. It really looks cool. And his base, that's one thing I kind of forgot to talk about with him. His base is giant. This one, it's big, but it's definitely been slimmed down a bit, which is very nice and cool. So, that's good. And now I'll do a quick up-close demo of him.
We gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all.
As you can see, or hear, I guess, he has music in the background, which is something a lot of people don't like, but I think it works on this. Typically, I hate when props have music in the background because I feel like it takes away from the legitimacy. Like, it makes it a lot more unrealistic, but I feel like it works on this because, the original Chucky, he doesn't have it. In the original trilogy of Child's Play movies, they're a lot more, like, contained and just more unsettling horror. But Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky, where Scarred Chucky is from, they're a lot more cinematic. So I feel like the music kind of works on him. Maybe that's just me, but, knowing the character, I feel like it is... I feel like it's passable. I think it works, but once again, maybe I'm crazy on that. I don't know. And the boxes on these guys are identical, except for the Scarred Chucky having a picture of him and Classic having a picture of him. So, I mean, there's not much worth showing there. They're basically the same. They're the same size and everything. So, yeah, overall, honestly, I think both are really cool, great props, but Scarred Chucky is way better, in my opinion. I think he's just a lot better engineered and designed than the Classic one. I really do think he's great, and I wish companies would start leaning more in the direction of this, having a small prop that's very, like, you know, very in depth, and I don't know what the word would be for it. I guess just to put it in a simple term, more complicated. Like, he has all these servo movements in his head to give him all kinds of really nice facial expressions, and he also has numerous arm movements and a body turn, and it comes out really nice. It's a very compact, well-built prop, and I feel like companies should start doing that instead of trying to make, really basic giant props, because those are just really cheap, and I feel like this is a lot better. So I think this is a great prop, really. Same with him. He's nice. He's not as good, but he definitely did like pave the way for this guy. So I think he is decent, If you like original Chucky, he's not a bad choice. I just think Scarred Chucky is definitely a lot better made, but to each their own. Now, to finish this video off, I'm going to do demos of both and then do demos of them together, because why not? So first I'm going to start with Classic, and then we'll go to Scarred.
Go ahead and shoot. I'll be back. I always come back. I have had it. That's it. There is a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it.
That's one thing I forgot to mention. He has less phrases, and his speaker is a lot worse than Scarred Chucky, so that's one thing to look out for if you're thinking of getting him. He's cool, but yeah, he has less phrases, and his speaker's not as nice. And since he moves around a lot more, like, violently, specifically the body turn, his facial features are a lot more difficult to see, but he's still cool. And now on to Scarred Chucky's demo.
I'll be back. I always come back. Yay. But dying is such a... Tiffany, will you be my bride? Now sit back and learn from the master. First thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all. Go ahead and shoot. I always come back. Yeah. I have had it. But dying is such There's a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up.